Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, I apologize for that breaking transmission. Well, Honorable Razaq Bello Osagie is a member of the House of Representatives. He joins us from Abuja studios, and we're taking a look at this suspension of the CBN governor. Well, Honorable, we were talking about this suspension and how will this distract from the ongoing probe by the House of Representatives and the Senate about the allegations raised by the suspended CBN governor now. But the question now is this. Oh, by the way, we also like to let the people know we're supposed to continue looking into this matter with Dr. Tim Okon, who is the coordinator, corporate strategy and planning of the NNPC, to give us a word or two about what was going on. But Honorable, speaking of this suspension, how will this suspension detract from the investigations or the hearing going on in the National Assembly in both chambers?
Yeah, we see. We are worried that the amount of effort and investment that has been put into this process, one would have expected that this same effort ought to have been put into some of the problems we had with some other executives. It was in this same country we saw what happened in the aviation sector, and we saw what happened in some other places. And of course, I did see this kind of effort coming from the presidency to deal with it. So we are worried that what happened, how is this CBN matter? Because if we are fighting corruption, Chamberlain, if we say we are fighting corruption, the approach should be holistic. And let me say this. If I knew where God was staying, I would say to God that look, so many people will say to God in this country out of frustration that God may not come to Nigeria. I pray it intervenes in what is going on. It is an evolution. Because there are so many countries that are working within the rules of engagement, that are serious about, through governance. Because governance is about uplifting the quality of lives of our people and developing our environment. Yeah, why will God leave a country that is desirous of helping themselves to come to Nigeria? So what I am saying is that the effort we have put into this CBN governance matter, it's too much.
Doesn't this give the National Assembly or the House of Representatives, your lawmaker there, an opportunity to then say, well, we see a lacuna here. We should amend the CBN Act, maybe in this regard.
Yes, I agree with you. I also agree that for once, let us take a holistic view, a holistic assessment of the issues. That is in the front burner as we speak. Let us look at the CBN Act. But until you do that, there's nothing in our extant laws that says that the president has powers.
We seem to be getting some interference, radio interference, but let's attempt to go on this one. But having looked at all of this now, what do you suggest be done? Because you heard the president say yesterday that he has absolute powers to suspend the CBN governor. And besides, they want to see how this will affect the ongoing probe into the affairs of the NNPC.
You see, Chamberlain, for every action, there's a reaction. For every action, there's a reaction. If you say you have powers, this is arguable. As far as I am concerned, as a lawmaker, there is nothing within our extant laws, as far as the CBN Act is concerned, 2007, particularly, Section 11, subsection 2F, that empowers the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to suspend, the governor of CBN without without recourse to the National Assembly, particularly the Senate. Well, you can. That's why I say it's arguable. So what we can do with what has happened now will help our jurisprudence process. It will help us. Let us go back there. If we feel that there are infractions both ways, let them go to court. And then the courts make pronouncements. This is what we put pay to it. And I also think that the legislature should also do their work. We also still need to look at the issues that have been raised by the CBN governor. We need to look at these issues. No matter the pressure, if we need to do public hearing on the issues that have been raised by Sanusi, we need to do that in the best interest of Nigerians. We're talking about our common patrimony, for God's sake. If we have established cases of financial recklessness and gross misconduct against Sanusi, let them take him to court based on the overwhelming evidence from FRCN, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. It is not about sitting down to say, for the president to say, look, I have the right to do this. And then it is, I have seen lawyers on both sides, very distinguished Nigerians, who have, delivered on their promises, people who eminently qualified to, who understand the issues about law, have spoken, from both sides. Some have said yes, he has powers. Others have said no. I think we should take this thing to the doorsteps of it, to take it to the courts and allow the courts to make pronouncements. And this will help. To help our laws as time goes on.
Get back to Honorable Razaq Bello Osagie we established connection. But yes, the NMP, we did ask him, how will this in any way detract from the allegations made by the NNPC? Well, we would have appreciated Dr. Timothy Okon, who is the coordinator, corporate strategy and planning of the NNPC, who was scheduled to be on the program today, but as you've seen, he can't make it here today. We'll take a break. We're back after this. Please join us again.